I am very excited about today's video. This is the second ever embargoed product that I've been given for a review, and this is the first time that they gave me like a specific date and even an hour of when the video should go live, and then there's that kind of like implied if you break that embargo, we're gonna take a contract out on your life. I've never had that before. It's pretty exciting. Okay, I should probably make it clear that it was never even implied that I was going to be murdered if I broke embargo. Everyone was very polite. I just want to point out, before we get into the review of the Corsair HS60 Pros, if it's not already entirely obvious from the intro, Corsair did send me these headphones. However, that's not going to affect my opinion on them. Now with that out the way, let's have a look at the Corsair HS60 Pros. Now this is a $70 wired headset that is fairly well built, and I actually think is quite a good option in that price category. Now first off, I think they come very well packaged. This isn't hugely important, but it does make it nice to unbox, and it is quite a nice initial presentation of the headphones. I'm not going to show you the unboxing experience because I don't want to ruin it for you if you potentially end up buying this headset. This headset is actually very well built considering the price point. It comes with this metal yoke that keeps the ear cups in, and it just feels nice and solid. The rest of the construction is a mixture of plastic and pleather, but it's high quality plastic and pleather. On the actual headband, there is pleather with the Corsair logo, and underneath it's got stitched pleather padding, which is fairly firm, but it's still very comfortable. Moving down to the actual ear pads, they're also pleather, but they've got memory foam in, and they've actually got quite a good depth to them. So it means that when you put them on, that they don't actually, your ears don't touch the driver, and yeah, they're actually very comfortable. They have a decent clamping force, and it does mean that they push down on your glasses a little bit if you are a glasses wearer, but honestly it takes like 4 or 5 hours for that to become properly fatiguing. Temperature wise, I don't know how well these breathe because they are closed back headphones with pleather ear pads, and it's autumn now, so it's quite cold in the room that I tested them in, but I didn't have any kind of overheating issues around my ears. The headphones actually look very nice. They're very well designed and they seem quite premium for what they are. It does have a volume wheel on the back, which I didn't find very useful because it's quite far to move from the keyboard to your headset and then back to your keyboard. So while gaming, that's not the best motion, but it is there if you like that kind of thing. And then it also has a mute button for the actual microphone. Now the cable is braided and it feels quite nice. However, it's not detachable, which it really does feel like a point of failure to me. And I think they should have differentiated the Pro model from the non-Pro model with a detachable cable. I think that would have been great. Although it does have a 2-year warranty, so if something does go wrong with this, Corsair would help you out with that. And then it also has a detachable microphone. The microphone itself is quite flexible. It means it's easy to put where you want it. However, it doesn't have that kind of lift to mute function, which I think Sennheiser headsets have. I really like that function, and unfortunately this doesn't have it, but at least you have a button to compensate. Now with the actual cable, like I said, it is quite nice feeling, and then it's also got this this like silicone little cable tie thing, which is useful. It terminates to a 3.5 millimeter jack, and then it also comes with like a USB sound card thing. I really like the fact that they didn't make it just purely USB, that they give you the jack as an option. Although I do want to point out that you need that USB sound card for this to function as a headset. I couldn't get the microphone working with the headphones just using the 3.5 millimeter jack. And then another function that the little sound card adds is virtual 7.1 surround sound. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of that, but we'll get into that when we actually talk about the sound quality of these headphones. And then as far as software features go, when you have iQ installed, you don't have a huge amount of options. You basically just get to switch between stereo and 7.1 virtualization. And there's also like an EQ function, but I'm not a huge fan of that. And then on a final note, the actual drivers in this headset are two 50mm stereo drivers. I'm really glad that they didn't do the like a bunch of small surround sound drivers. And that I actually think is quite a good point to transition into how this headset sounds. Now later I will be doing a streaming simulation so that you can get an indication of what the actual microphone sounds like on this $70 headset, but first let's have a discussion about the actual headphone quality. Now sound quality is quite a difficult thing to comment on as a reviewer because, well, everybody prefers different sound signatures and people hear differently and stuff like that. So I do recommend, if you are very interested in this headset, go and try them out in a shop before buying them. Corsair is a huge brand and a lot of people stock them, so you should be able to find a demo pair somewhere just so that you can see whether or not they work for your tastes. But I have to admit, they sound a lot better than I thought they were going to. As far as a gaming headset goes, they sound really good for gaming. They've got a nice wide soundstage, even in stereo mode. So it means that you can easily place people in relation to where you are, which makes it very good for Counter-Strike Go and Apex and PUBG and that kind of thing. It does have a fairly weighty sound as well, so it can really reproduce proper explosions, which make them really immersive for gaming. I would definitely recommend using this headset in stereo mode as opposed to the kind of virtual 7.1 surround sound mode. The surround sound mode sounds way too thin and artificially spread out, in my opinion. The normal stereo mode just sounds more realistic, and it still has a very, very good soundstage with good positioning. And then as far as the treble on these headphones, they've got a decent treble reproduction, and it's not too bright, which means that it doesn't become fatiguing over time. Now, when it comes to listening to music and watching movies, just like general media consumption on this headset, it's pretty good. It's not amazing. It really isn't going to blow your mind, but it's much better than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, from the days when I used to use kind of gaming headsets, they've really come a long way. I was expecting the sound to be pretty rubbish. Unfortunately, I can't say the same thing for the microphone. So in the microphone test, you'll see that they don't sound great. They sound very thin. There's no bass in my voice. However, I do want to point out that this is a $70 gaming headset, and I don't know of one that has a good microphone, and it is functional. Like, your teammates are going to be able to understand what you're saying, although I wouldn't really recommend streaming with this. So here we have a quick test of the microphone on the headset. I have the little wind doily cover thing on it so that my P's aren't as explosive in the recording. Let's see, maybe we can actually land in the hot zone this time. Oh no. I can't believe VanMan123 brought us to this super boring location. What a loser. Like, imagine whoever that is actually watches this video, and then he's like, did Dawid just play this match with me and then call me a loser? Oh, right in the face. Okay, got that guy. Oh, triple kill. Oh, this guy's got purple stuff. I'm definitely gonna go there first. Don't walk through the fire, VanMan! This VanMan, yo. I've got no health. Ah, VanMan! That was VanMan's fault! Okay, cool. So I've done the recording now. Yeah, as you could hear, like, this is not going to be the best set for, like, streaming with. But honestly, you shouldn't be using the microphone on a headset to stream with anyway. In conclusion, what do I think of the Corsair HS60 Pros? I really like them. They look really nice, they're well made, their sound is pretty good, although there are a couple of downsides to this headset. One is the cable. It's not detachable, which is a bit of a shame, and I think it would have been a great distinguishing feature for this price point to have a detachable cable. But like I said, it's got a 2-year warranty, so you shouldn't worry too much about the longevity of these headphones. And then the other problem is the microphone quality. Again, this is something that I realize is an issue kind of all around at this price point, but you know, it's nothing more than functional. With that, thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, do like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. I have a Twitch channel if you want to check that out, and then I also have an Instagram account and a Twitter account, and there's a Discord server as well. All of that will be linked in the description below. And until the next video, bye-bye.